Strange Music, Incorporated is an American independent record label specializing in hip-hop music founded by Tech N9ne and business partner Travis Owen in 1999. It is currently distributed through Fontana Distribution. History: Travis Owen, an established businessman in the world of furniture, was looking to get into the music industry. He had been a fan of Tech N9ne's and had seen how his career was being handled. At the time, Tech had several engagements pulling him in several directions. At the time, he was signed to Kest Records as well as Midwest Side Records. He also had commitments with both QDII's Soundlab and Sway and King Tech of The Wake Up Show. Travis came into the picture and offered Tech something he never had, his own label. They agreed upon a 50/50 division of profits, with Travis acting as president and Tech as vice president. Their first venture was a deal with JCO Entertainment to release Anelic, though JCO mishandled the album. They would then seek another 50/50 deal, this time with Mark Cerami and Dave Weiner, who were doing their own joint label at the time, MSC Entertainment. The first album Absolute Power was a success, selling about 250,000 copies. The label is now independent, no longer joined with MSC Entertainment, instead having a distribution deal through Fontana Distribution. Their first release under the deal with Fontana was Tech N9ne's 2006 effort, Ever Ready. While many albums were advertised for 2007 releases in the artwork for that album, only one release was seen in 2007 from Strange Music, Misery Loves Company. The other albums advertised inside the Ever Ready case would however see release a year later in 2008, along with a solo effort from Project, Dead Man Bedlam member, Prozac. For the majority of 2008, Ill Bill looked to be releasing his The Hour of Reprisal through Strange Music, though the talks would fall through and he would instead sign with Fat Beats Records to release the album. February 7, 2009, it was announced on Tech N9ne's official website that Big Scoop had joined the Strange Music label. On February 9, 2009, it was announced on Tech N9ne's official website that Scatterman and Snuck Brim had decided to leave the Strange Music label after fulfilling their commitment. May 2009, Tech signed Brother Lynch Hung to his Strange Music label. Brother Lynch released his Strange album, Dinner and a Movie on March 23, 2010. July 19, 2009, Cognito signed to the Strange Music label. Cognito did not tour with other label mates during the KOD tour in order to complete his 2010 album, Automatic. It was announced by XXL Magazine on September 27, 2010 that J-Rock had signed with Strange Music for a multi-album deal. On March 31, 2011, the label announced the addition of Stevie Stone to its roster. Stone officially signed with the label on March 17, 2011. In December 2011, Strange Music announced that Prozac had signed to the label as a solo recording artist. The artist had previously worked with the label on various projects, including his 2008 Tales from the Sick, which was distributed by the label. In January 2012, Strange Music signed rap duo CES Crew, made up of rappers Ubiquitous and Godamis. They had worked with Strange in the past with albums Bad Season, All Sixes and Sevens, and recently on Tech N9ne collabos, Welcome to Strangeland. In August 2012, Tech N9ne signed Slumerican rapper Ritz. Ritz and Tech N9ne immediately began working together, releasing the popular collaboration remix of Ritz's Bloody Murder shortly after Ritz joined the label. On February 7, 2014, it was announced via Tech N9ne's Facebook page that Murs signed to Strange Music. On September 22, 2014, it was announced that Kut Calhoun left Strange Music after fulfilling his commitment. He stated that he's still in good terms with the label. That same month, Tech N9ne revealed that J-Rock had left his Strange Music imprint and is now only signed to Top DAWG Entertainment. On October 14, 2015, it was announced that St. Louis-based singer Darain Saffron signed to the label. He appears as a featured artist on Strangulation Vol. 2, including his own song Real With Yourself, featuring Tech N9ne. On December 12, 2015, During the Tech the Hall's 2015 concert, it was announced that Kansas City-based rapper JLB had signed to the label. He also appears on Strange Relation Vol. 2. Subsidiaries Strange Music West On May 14, 2009, a press release was issued by the label, naming Dave Weiner the vice president of Strange Music West. In this new position, Dave will work hand-in-hand with label president, Travis Owen from his satellite office in Los Angeles. One of his duties for the label will be to find and sign new acts to the label. Weiner was responsible for signing Sacramento, California rapper, Brother Lynch Hung to the Strange Music label. Strange Lane Records In 2010, Strange Music Incorporated started a new label called Strange Lane Records. The first artist signed to the new subsidiary was Young Bleed. However, the subsidiary's roster is currently empty after Young Bleed departed in early 2012. Roster Current artists Former artists Discography. See also, List of record labels. References. External links, official website, music blogs, Strange Music's channel on YouTube, Strange Music on Twitter, Strange Music on Facebook.